Buenos dias, guys. Mike in Mexico. I'm back here with another video. I got some construction going on today, so you guys may hear some background noise. I apologize for that. That's why I'm filming from my living room. I'm actually shut the door and the windows to try to avoid as much noise as I can. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about 3 ways you can make dollars here if you live in Tijuana. Obviously, this doesn't apply to you if you're retired. That's a different situation. I wouldn't be able to tell you about that because I'm not retired. So, the first best way to make dollars here in Tijuana is going to be working remotely. This is the number one way to make dollars here, in my opinion. And that's because when you're working from your computer, you don't got to worry about crossing the line. You don't got to worry about showing up to Chaparral between 9 and 10 a.m. You really don't even have to stay in Tijuana if you don't want to. You are not limited as to where you want to go. You can be anywhere in the world. You just need a good internet connection. And for sure, this is the number one way that I would recommend you guys look to make dollars here in Tijuana or anywhere in Mexico, really. I do this part time. I do work remotely part time. I tutor English. If you guys are interested in doing that, you don't necessarily have to have a degree in English like I do. I know plenty of people that don't and are still able to teach and tutor English online. There are many different platforms that will allow you to go on and do that. Okay, so whatever your background may be, I don't know what I know plenty of other people work remotely. There's a big thing about it down in um, Ciudad de Mexico, down in Mexico City, where locals are angry because there are too many Americans there working remotely and it drives the rent up. But everyone knows that your lifestyle is much better if you are making dollars and living in Mexico. Cost of living is very good here compared to the United States, especially if you're in LA or San Diego. So I do recommend that, guys. And if you can, I do also recommend you try to at least work part time remotely before even trying to move to Tijuana. That was my mistake. I didn't have a big enough income working remotely before I decided to move over here. Sorry about the noise, guys. I hope you can hear me. Got my microphone on. And so if you can set up a situation where you're working remotely, or maybe you're working remotely now, you are in the perfect position to move to Tijuana or anywhere in Mexico, really. Like I said before in the past video, you can use Tijuana as a kind of a testing ground to see if you are going to like living in Mexico. You can easily cross back into San Diego. Okay, so that's the number one way to make dollars in Mexico, is to work remotely. The second way is to cross the border from Tijuana to San Diego to do rideshare. I also do this, guys, but honestly, I can't recommend it simply for the fact that when you are driving rideshare, whether it's Uber or Lyft, you are literally risking your life. You are literally risking your life. You don't know when an accident's going to happen. Okay. Trust me, guys, I've done it for 8 years. The benefit to being a rideshare driver and living in Tijuana and working in San Diego, I plenty of people do this, okay, is that you don't have to be at work at a certain time. If you're self-employed working on 1099, you set your own hours. Okay, so If it's taking 2 hours on a Saturday, 2.5 hours on a Sunday to cross from Tijuana to San Diego, you're not in jeopardy of losing your job. Okay. You literally can cross over anytime and start driving Uber or Lyft. Okay. Um, but like I said, I still prefer working remotely. It's the convenience of being able to make dollars from your computer. I think that is still the number one best way. Especially, well, look, if you're hard timing it in LA or anywhere else in the United States, and that's your only choice, you feel like you want to get out of there so bad and you want to come live in Tijuana, and you would rather leave whatever job you have and just do rideshare here, you can do that. Okay. But I'm telling you, you just be prepared for all the stuff that comes with rideshare. Okay. That's all I have to mention. So that's the second way. And the third way, plenty of people do this too. You can just get a regular 9 to 5 in San Diego. The other week, I talked to a nurse that has coworkers that live here. They got a beachfront view of the ocean here in Playas. Okay, so they got a beachfront view of the ocean, and they crossed the line at 2 a.m. Okay, when no one, it's at San Isidro for sure at that time, when no one is in line, and then they sleep in their cars before they start their, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, 12 hour shift nursing, and then they come back. But I figure what they're saving in rent, they feel like it's worth it to cross over the line at that time and sleep in the car. That's pretty hard, guys. That's pretty hard. You can kind of weigh whether you'd rather do rideshare or do a 9 to 5. Okay. I talked to another youngster that works at a dispensary across the border in San Diego here that also lives in Tijuana, does the same thing. He says he crosses the line at 2 a.m. and sleeps in his car before his shift starts, and then starts to work his shift and then comes back. So you can kind of give and take what would be your best situation. And you really do not want to make pesos. It's really not worth it. A dollar right now is something like 18 pesos. And it wouldn't make sense if you're an American to come over here and work for pesos. Also, you're going to be getting a tourist visa to get a job and be employed in Mexico, as far as I know. You have to be a resident. So that entails a bunch of other stuff, process that you would have to go through. And so, like I said, if you're on a tourist visa, I'm on a tourist visa. I crossed over the line to do rideshare. I also work remotely. My goal personally is to become completely remote. Not only because, honestly, guys, it's a pain in the butt to cross the line physically, okay, to have to cross the line every single day, but I don't want to be limited to just one location here. I may want to move around Mexico. It's a great big country that I have not really explored much yet. And in all honesty, I truly believe working remotely is the wave of the future for a lot of jobs, especially teachers like I used to be. Okay. So, guys, please leave a comment if you have questions. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate all you guys subscribing to my channel. Okay, it encourages me to make more videos and put out information that may help somebody out there. Okay, guys, links for my t-shirt once again are in the description, and I will talk to you again soon. Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys. Que la vaya bien. See you later. Bye.